Okay, so I didn't really know what to open this episode up with, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of go over these newest Digimon decks that came out like I don't know, a couple months ago. This is I believe it's the Courage deck, something about that, but it's pretty interesting. It's also got some of the first what are called Digimon Ace cards, which seem pretty interesting. They seem kind of like Pokemon EXs. This deck has some good things about it, though I still think that this other deck, the Friendship one, is a lot more interesting. Sure, it's got Metal Garurumon Ace, but a lot of the entrainings that are included in it have great, not entrainings, but all of its inheritables are pretty damn good. So, screw that. Hey guys, welcome back to, well, an area that doesn't look, anything familiar, but welcome back to opening Digimon card game booster packs. This time, we're going to go ahead and be looking at, not the newest set, because the newest set is getting pre-ordered right now, but the latest set, I guess you could call it. We're looking at, well, this thing actually has something stapled to it. It's not stapled, it's taped, but we're looking at versus Royal Knights, BT13. As you can see, we're in a very different area. This is actually at my stream setup. The reason we're here is because I had looked over the recordings of the last opening Digimon card series, which is where we did Alternative Being. Definitely check that one out if you want to see some cool things. Also, for some reason, the camera glitched. Very cool. Oh, these scissors are quite dirty. All the Digimon cards they've had to open and cut open. But yeah, the last one had like horrible audio. It sounded like I was in like a wind tunnel right behind you. So I was like, okay, well, I need to improve the audio quality of that. So only way I could do that is by using my proper mic that I use to record video games. And, well, that's what you're hearing me through right now, while still being able to use the camera, because how else am I going to show you the cards? So we're here at my stream setup, or recording setup, on my actual desk. Sadly, the desk is kind of dirty. I'm sorry. I tried to clean it up a little bit before the episode started, just because I don't want to give anybody that has OCD like a goddamn panic attack, but I might have to because I'm bad at cleaning things regularly, because I'm a piece of shit like usual. But this should make it so that, like, well, we've got better audio quality. It's on a black background, meaning that the white cards will show up a lot better, and I just hope things will work out pretty well. But either way, we're here checking out Versus Royal Knight. Now, this came with a card pack on top of it. I got this from an online reseller. They sold it. It says $77 there. I bought it for like $57, so I got a pretty good discount. But yeah, I got it from Little Big Wars. Check them out, though they are just, I got this off TCG Player, so I don't live where that actually is. It did ship very, very, like, quickly, because it came from North Dakota, and, like, I don't live in North Dakota, so it was surprisingly fast. But either way, what is this first pack? I didn't actually get to take a look at it. See, it's called the Official Tournament Volume 7. I don't think that card pack actually comes with this booster set, but I will take it. As always, we try and save the card packs because, even if they are just black and white or just pieces of plastic, I still think they have pretty cool designs. Let me see if you can see this a bit better. Kind of messed around with my little standee before the episode started by accidentally smacking it in the fucking face. Well, you can at least see the art here. We've got, we've got Solomon, we've got Colamon, Warumanzemon, Davimon, Chumon. I always forget his name. He's Potato. He's literally a potato. But let me see. Does this have the? Oh, this one does have the. It's what do you call it? Contents marked on the back. So it's pretty much. There is one Digimon that was not shown off on the front, and that was Yagamon. Kind of hard to read his text, but as always, I'm gonna try and save this. Sadly, they put tape on it. It's fine. The one good thing is that Digimon cards usually are pretty good with tape. Like, they won't mess with tape. This time, unlike last time, I need to not bend this thing out of control, because that's what I did to the last one. when we looked at alternative being. I accidentally, ruined the card a bit by having to bend the thing over. Well, pretty big rip, but, as you can see, barely looks like anything's changed. And then I pull back the thing, and it's like that. So, at least the card's not broken, whatever it can be. Let me try and go ahead and take this out. As always, we try and keep all the plastic here because we are hoarders. So, go ahead and save that. All right, let's see what card we got. Oh, it's Warumanzemon. Let's see. Is that a good viewing angle for you guys? I think that is, but might have to refocus it if it sucks. This card is kind of dog shit. This is marked as the rare of the pack, so this is the rarest card you could get. This card, well, I like the art. I can't really see it in person all that well. Let me go ahead and move it closer towards me. Yeah. I, for some reason, can't really tell much of the... Oh, God. Camera, are you doing okay? Well, don't worry. We just have some digital interference from the digital world. It's trying to access our minds. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Anyway, so it's just Warumanzemon hanging out, about to step on a Numamon's eyes, and he's just hanging out in, like, a junkyard, a circus? I don't really know, but this card is, well, kind of dog shit, I'd say. It's a level 5 black card with 6,000 DP. Horrible DT? Yes. Horrible BTS account. Yeah, you're a horrible stan account. Horrible amount of BP. Has no inheritable, has no effect. It's a pretty cheap Digivolve at 2, but unless there's a card that's asking specifically for Manzemon, and there's like some kind of synergy there, this card is like bad. Like, I wish I got one of the other ones. But I know Warumanzemon is definitely one of my favorite designed Digimons. But his card, at least this card so far, I think we've had other cards that are better, but this card, kind of dog shit. So either way, now you'll be able to at least pick out what's over there. So now we need to open up the actual packs. Let's get out the Frozen Breeze branded Skizzers. As you can see over there's my phone. And then that makes the camera glitch. That's weird. So I'm going to try and open this on screen. It's going to be a little bit tough because, I'm a good distance away from everything. Like, I'm at least like a foot away from the desk now because of having to put the tripod in between. So that means I don't have as much, like, grip when using the Skizzers, so I hope I don't cut myself and hurt myself. That would be funny, and I bet you guys would laugh. But I don't want to be sent to the hospital because I was opening Digimon cards. Mostly because I wouldn't be able to see what Digimon cards I got. That's all that matters. Alrighty then. I'm going to guess this set has a lot to do about, well, the Royal Knights, because it's got Omnimon, Gallantmon, Magnamon on the back, so front, I meant, not on the back, though they might be on the back, you'll never know, because I never showed the bottom of these things. But yeah, I'm going to guess it has a lot to do about the Royal Knights, which is pretty cool, since most people's favorite Digimons are going to be ones part of the Royal Knights. Though my favorite Digimon's part of the Royal Knights, because it's Dorumon. What was I talking about? I was like, yeah. It's like, mine isn't, but it's like, well, Ranamon doesn't count. Even though she's one of my favorites, she's a meme favorite. And then my actual favorite, Dorumon, is the de-evolution. So, pretty good. Sorry, Skizzers, you're going to have to get the hell out of here. Don't hurt me while I throw you away. Do not take my advice and throw scissors on the ground. It's just not a good idea. Just not a good idea. All right. See, pop this out. Ooh. Ah, so now I have an extra Wargreymon Ace. Kinda interesting that they gave me an extra one. These clear ones, these clear packs, I don't give a shit about breaking. They're my favorite because I can break them pretty damn easily. Let's see, go ahead and take this out. I mean, it's the exact same card I got in the starter pack, though we can look over it. Is the text good enough to read? It looks like it, though I do want to make sure that this is, like, focused correctly. Because while I can see it, I don't want you to not be able to. I want you to get the full experience of staring at a Digimon card. Wow. 100 contrast. Oh, that's way too focusy. That looks like it's good enough. I'd say that's fine. Okay. I mean, if I can read it through the camera, that means that you can most likely read it. Okay, so we've got, War Greymon Ace, which the Ace cards are interesting because they kind of act like Pokemon EXs, if you remember those. If you ever played the Pokemon card game, you kind of remember the EXs from, like, the Ruby and Sapphire days, from the later Black and White series. You'll remember the stuff like VMAX. There's even some new EXs that have been introduced, which is interesting. They're not throwbacks, but they're just kind of, older cards. Or cards that have older monikers. So either way, he's a Mega with 1100 DP. Not 1100, 11,000. And his ability is Digivolve 5 from a monster with Greymon in its name, costs 3. They're changing around that little thing. And as you can see up here, the Digivolution costs look very different now. They've got like little circles around them. I think it's just a design change. But it's pretty interesting nonetheless. And its other ability is Hand Counter Blast Digivolve. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. This is kind of weird. The decks that I got do kind of describe what timing counter happens, but it's like right after when attacking effects activate. You can activate the effect the counter has, and the counter is just a Blast Digivolve, so instantly Digivolve. Then its other ability is Blocker, and all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from a security stack, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So if you attack with this Digimon first, and then attack with another Digimon, you can unsuspend this Digimon to attack again, or that means when it attacks, it can attack twice. Then its ace effect is not actually an effect, it's actually a debuff when it gets destroyed. So it's Overflow -4. When this card would be moved from the battle area or under a card to another area, lose 4 memory. So when this thing dies, you give your opponent like a big advantage. So yeah, it's interesting. For some reason it's kind of sticky on the back. I don't get that. Maybe my hands are just sticky, who knows. Either way, you can go over there with Warumanzemon. Let's see, we got ourselves a promotional pack with Davis, Thomas, and Yoshino, all in their like later Data Squad forms. So this just has one card. I'm going to guess because of the Royal Knights showing up in Data Squad, this will have a lot to do with Data Squad. So, or Savers, depending on what you want to say. This also does not have a card list on the back. It just says 6 in total, so yeah, I got to be careful with this one. I got to be real careful. Don't want to bend the card. Whatever it could be. I mean, the card that I got from the last promotional pack was nothing special. I got multiple of that card later in the episode. It's just that was the only one that was foil. I kind of messed it up, but, fuck it. This one only has... there's only one I'm ever going to get for this unless I buy versus Royal Knight again, which could be possible if I find that there are a lot of really good cards. But I'm going to try and not do that because I try not to... Ah, come on. I ripped it pretty bad now. As you can see, there's a cut right over Thomas's head, but... Oh, it's whatever. That's what I get for trying to, actually tear the thing correctly. The things just don't tear as good anymore. Tear at the top, I mean. Come on. Okay, that's a bit better. Though I've pretty much destroyed this thing irrevocably. So that's very sad. Very sad. Yeah, this piece of plastic is no longer going to be very happy for the rest of its life. But, if you place it back together, kind of unnoticeable. But, you can definitely tell right there. So, kind of sad, but, I think they've started making these things out of plastic that are no longer easily tearable. So let's see what card we got. We got, what the? Oh, it's, was it Commander Samson? Whatever the fuck his name is. Richard Sampson from Data Squad, and he's even holding his red and black Data Digivice, which is definitely one of my favorite colors. I think I used that in my Digimob series. Anyway, he's a yellow tamer with the ability, when an effect trashes this card from your security stack, you may play this card, without paying its cost. Wait, what? Oh, wait. When an effect trashes this card. So, because of the security effect of play this card without paying the cost. The security effect only activates if it's attacked. If it's trash, the security effect is usually skipped, but I guess this adds it so that it can be used during trashing. So, it does give it extra viability. Then, start of your main phase, if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security stacks, gain 1 memory. So just whenever it's a late game. If there are 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security stacks, by suspending this tamer, one of your Kudamon may digivolve into Centaurumon in the hand for the digivolution cost, ignoring its level. So, that just pretty much. So it's like warp digivolving, pretty much like the blast digivolution thing. You can go straight to a mega when you've only got a rookie or something like that. So that does prove useful, though it's kind of weird. I don't know. I do like the art, though. I like him just standing there. It is anime art, so it's just like a picture ripped from the anime, but I am okay with that, at least for now. So we've got 24 chances to make sure we can save this plastic correctly, so I'm going to be really careful. It's much easier when there's more cards because you don't bend anything all that regularly. Let's see. All right. I'm doing pretty good on this one. I think this one should be fine. If only I could just if only these were a little bit bigger. That's what I liked about those Japanese ones that we got. That one time, oh, fuck, I ruined it. I tried my hardest, but I ruined it. Like I usually do in life. Okay, so, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back up. Alright, so our first Digimon is Knight Chessmon, who is a black and yellow champion, black and yellow, with 4,000 DP. And its ability reads, Digivolve 2, from a level 3 with Chessmon in its name. So this can go for, white Chessmon or black Chessmon. And then it has the ability Blocker, and on deletion, if it's your opponent's turn, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon card with Chessmon in its name that may or may not have hiccups in its name from your hand without paying the cost. So even if this thing is destroyed, you can bring another Chessmon out, which is not great for, trying to build up a monster, though I guess it's fine on its own. It also has no inheritable. It's an okay card. I'm going to go ahead and move the pack out of the way because we need to be able to place down the cards. So yeah, place those in a way. And there we go. I like the art of him like jabbing down with his harpoon because both of them just seem to have like weird harpoon staffs. Just like, I don't know, fucking stabbing somebody to death, which is pretty badass. But yeah, its effect is pretty damn boring, I would say. I'm trying to hide whatever's in the back. Okay, so what's up next? We've got Pekmon. We saw Pekmon last time quite a bit, but we never saw a single Ravemon, which was very sad. Also, I did figure out there is a Shine Greymon Ruin mode in Alternative Being, but it was a secret rare, so we did not get it. Do you like glitches? I love glitches. I don't know why the hell it's doing that. You okay, camera? It might be doing okay. Anyway, this art is not as good as the other one. It's just kind of like flying around or charging. It's a purple champion with 5,000 DP, and its ability is Blocker. Its inheritable reads, on deletion, if deleted outside of battle, your opponent trashes one card in their hand. That kind of follows the whole, you're kind of deleting your own monsters because of Keenan Cryer's like ability and stuff. But you wouldn't know that unless you actually, had Alternative Being. And if you want to see me trying to figure that out, go watch those episodes. Sorry for the horrible audio quality on them. All right, next up, we've got, I need to be careful with this. We've got Gawapamon. Everybody loves Gawapamon. He's just the weird duck monster with a goddamn CD in his head. I've beaten the shit out of millions of these just to try and get Spirit of Waters in Digimon Masters. Anyway, he is a blue champion with 5,000 DP and the ability Blocker. Kind of lackluster, though I do like how he's just kind of, jamming out on his, DJ Hero set to be topical for a joke. I really do need to play DJ Hero someday. Next up is Geo Greymon. Everybody loves it when he screams that. It's actually some pretty cool art because he's just like, he's on fire and ready to kill you, which, I always wanted to die. Anyway, he is a red and yellow champion with 5,000 DP, and his ability is Digivolve 2 from a level 3 with Agumon in its name and Dinosaur trait. I guess it's trying to like say don't use Toy Agumon or Clear Agumon or Shadow Agumon. But still, I think you can figure that out. Maybe even Snow Agumon. Then, when digivolving, search your security stack, and you may play one red or yellow tamer card among them without paying the cost. If you did, recovery +1, then shuffle your security stack. So it's pretty much just trying to, find you a tamer as fast as possible. Then, your turn, once per turn, when one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 or less DP. Huh. I mean, that works. You're going to be deleting some kind of rookie. It's just like small potatoes. Small potatoes. Though I do really like the art of this card. I need to have both hands on the wheel. Next up, we've got Platinum Sukamon, everybody's favorite other Sukamon. It's not like it's even an evolved form of Sukamon. It's actually just a champion, black champion with 2,000 DP. So, yeah. I mean, its art is kind of cool. It's like right next to Metal Edamon, as they're both like, I don't know, I thought they were jumping out of a pipe or something, but I think they're just jumping around. Anyway, its ability is, on deletion, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then for its inheritable, it reads, all turns when this Digimon would be deleted, by deleting one other Digimon with Sukamon in its name, prevent that deletion. So, it's pretty much like a decoy thing, but it's like, instead of somebody else like jumping in front of the gun to save you, you're forcing someone else in front of you to save you. It's kind of like a selfish form, I guess. Though I do like the art of it, just like trying to take up the space that Metal Edamon has. All right, we've got Bishop Chessmon. It seems like we're going to be finding quite a lot of Chessmons in this one. I like how it's like standing in front of a castle. But other than that, it's okay art. Who made this? I can't even read because I'm so far away. But it is a yellow and black ultimate with 7,000 DP, and its ability reads, Digivolve 3 from a level 4 with Chessmon in its name. So it would only be looking at Black Knight Chessmon or White Knight Chessmon. Though they just said Knight Chessmon on it, so don't even know if the white one, if they're going to differentiate. And then, on deletion, if it's your turn, you may play one level 5 or lower Digimon with Chessmon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. So pretty much, you could switch into a different Chessmon just by dying, which is pretty useful. And its inheritable reads Reboot. Reboot's good in general, so I'd say it's better than regular Chessmon, or Knight Chessmon. Let's see. Next up is Rook Chessmon, one that I like quite much more, though it also doesn't have an inheritable like its counterpart. Either way, it is a black and yellow ultimate with 7,000 DP. And its ability reads, Digivolve 3 from a level 4 with Chessmon in its name. It's got blocker. Then, on deletion, if it's your opponent's turn, you may play one level 5 or lower Digimon with Chessmon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Huh. It's pretty much got the same effect. It's just he also has blocker. So, this guy has a way to actually make himself die, which is actually more useful in a way because you're actually trying to get him to die. All right, well, I like the art of him being, like, attacked by, I don't know, something in the foreground, but, like, he's, like, walking around ice sculptures. He's literally a moving castle. Oh, God, I don't want you to see whatever's back there. It looks too beautiful for you to see. Man, I gotta love it where I have to be, like, right behind it, so therefore I can't even move everything. But either way, next Digimon is Gizmon XT, which is, Karada's weird, like, human-made Digimon. They show up a lot in Digimon Masters, but they don't show up in kind of any other game. I guess the card game is at least allowing them to have something in this. So it is a ultimate level with 9,000 DP. When you would play this card, by deleting one of your level 4 Digimon, reduce the cost by 6. So he doesn't actually have a Digivolution cost. I didn't even see that. I'm going to guess it's trying to copy, like, the D-Reaper playstyle and the Eosmon and Vemmon and Diaboromon, as they all share that kind of, they're not fully Digimon, but you can have a million of them in the deck, but we haven't seen that quite yet. So its ability is blocker, then on play one Akihiro Karada from your trash without paying the cost. So if he dies, he just comes back. All turns, this Digimon can't Digivolve. It didn't feel like it was supposed to. Then on deletion, you may play one Proto Gizmon from your trash without paying the cost. So it's like a parasite kind of thing. If it dies, it brings itself back. Let me go ahead and goddamn straighten these up because I fucked it up pretty bad by throwing cards all over the place. Next up, we've got Odin's Breath, which I think I already had cards for Kentosaurusmon or Slothsmon, because, you know, he has like 2 different names depending on what the hell you're playing. But yeah, I thought I already had one called Odin's Breath, but I guess I have a new one. So it is an option card, a yellow option card with 5 cost, and its ability reads, when an effect trashes this card from the security stack, activate this card's main effect. Okay. Or you can just play it to do the main effect anyway. So it's following the same thing that Samson does, where it's like you could trash it, or it could be taken out by just fighting it. So I guess it's following kind of the archetype so far. Then main, one of your opponent's Digimon gets negative 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Then if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both security stacks, all of your opponent's Digimon gain negative 1 security attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So you pretty much save yourself a turn, depending on what, like, your opponent's Digimon have as abilities. But you can pretty much stop all attacks for a turn if they're not set up enough, which is pretty nice. I also like it how he's just kind of like shoving his shield up and causing like snow to appear. That's a cool one. God damn, they really want me to show you whatever's back there. Just physics do. All right, we've got Savior Huckmon. We've got more nice things for my Hackmon deck whenever, you know, I get the chance to make one. Like, I have the starter deck. I just, you know, or not the starter deck, the structure deck, pretty much. I just wanted to make my own because that one's okay, but it's not amazing. Anyway, Savior Huckmon is a red ultimate with 8000 DP, and its ability reads, your turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Jessmon in its name in the hand for the Digivolution cost. So you pretty much get to play something and then Digivolve instantly. When this Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the cost by 2. So depending on how much it costs to turn into Jessmon, this actually might save you a lot. And you kind of want Sistermon on the field because that's the whole thing about the Hackmon, you know, archetype. Then its inheritable reads, when attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has Royal Knight in its trait, you may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So you can pretty much just multiply the Sistermons you have on the field as long as you've got a Royal Knight on top of it, which could also be other Royal Knights, like Dukemon, so it doesn't just have to be Jessmon. Alright, let's go ahead and see what that cool-looking card was behind it. Dynasmon. Already got one of... Oh, we're running out of room, ain't we? We'll place the reds on the other side. We've got Dynasmon, who is one of the Royal Knights. He's only a rare, which is interesting. I like how it's showing off his ability to send out, like, ice and fire, so that's pretty cool. So it is a purple mega mega level with 11,000 DP, and its ability reads, on play or when digivolving, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 2 cards with Lucemon in their name, or the Royal Knight trait among them to your hand, trash the rest. So it's pretty much trying to be the Dynasmon from Frontiers. Your turn, when you would play another Digimon with Lucemon in its name or Royal Knight trait, delete all your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So you're pretty much wiping the field of champions or lower if you'd be able to play a Lucemon out. I don't actually have any Lucemon cards, so it actually, need to have some for it to work, but it sounds like it would be pretty good. All right, what's up next? King Chessmon. We don't have the full line of the white, but we have like half of it, and then we've got the half of the black lines, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, that's a pretty cool art. It's just kind of, telling you gotta go do my shit for me. I don't know why I would sound like Elvis like Edamon, but, that's me. Also, why are all the megas showing up as 11,000 this time around? I don't get it. Anyway, King Chessmon is a mega level yellow and black Digimon. And its ability reads, Digivolve 3 from level 5 with Chessmon in its name. When you would play this card from the hand, if you have 8 or more cards with Chessmon in their names in your trash, reduce the cost by 8. So it would only cost like 5 if you played it by yourself if it's late game. Then on play or when digivolving, by deleting one of your other Digimon, you may play one Digimon card with Chessmon in its name other than King from your hand without paying the cost. So I guess if you had Queen Chessmon, who I'm going to guess is a part of this pack, in your hand, you'd be able to play it like without cost, which would actually be pretty useful because you would be able to play another like mega out of it. And depending on like Queen Chessmon's effect, you don't know if maybe it allows her to place down another Chessmon just like him. So, strategies to be found. All right, so I think we're actually going to end this episode a little bit early just because we got quite a bit done and we're just getting used to this new setup. So I need to give my back a rest. Oh, because I've been having to lean over this entire time. So next time on opening Digimon booster packs, hopefully we're going to be able to save some plastic and we're going to be able to see some pretty cool cards. And before I end this episode, I want to thank all of my YouTube members, including the Disciples of Epsilon, Trey Lafari, Gray, Phoenix, Shell Bagan and Hummus, Darcy Lanfranco, Freddie, and Yuki. Without you all, this channel would not stay afloat. So thank you for all your support. And I'll see you guys next time on The Backlog.